does it mean to be unstoppable?
Charging straight into the action there.
Unstoppable is a celebration of character.
This is the definition of Iron Man as they go up and around.
When all is against you, you keep going.
They find something deep inside him.
When being knocked down is just the moment before you get back up.
That is unbelievable.
When others say you can't, but you know you can. Never give up.
She salutes the crowd and grabs the tape, and what a win it was.
Witness the unstoppable, the Nutri-Grain IronMan and IronWoman Series.
Number 1 and 2 from yesterday's race about to fight it out in the water. This is going to be an unbelievable race. I will note that we have Ali Bull. In this race and Smith from Newport, who are very, very good ski paddlers. If they can stick with the girls in the first half of this race, watch the motor come the back end.
Oh, Candice, what about this semi-final? If there was a semi-final I wouldn't want, it'd be this one. First and second from yesterday. Ali Bull, the Olympian, and Gemma Smith, the potential Olympian in there. The order changes for the semi-finals. Board, ski, swim is the order. And there is our defending series champ and second place from yesterday, Lana Rogers, looking very, very focused on the line. She's in yellow. Ali Bull, the 2016 and 2021 Olympian, in orange. Harriet Brown, yesterday's winner, number 10 there in the green, and Gemma Smith on the far side. And Gemma Smith's got the inside line on this craft, and it's so important there. It's such short and tight racing that you either want to get off to a flyer like Lana Rogers has, or you want to be tucked in on the inside. And it looks like placings on the line didn't matter because Lana Rogers hit that water, exploded for the first 10 strokes, went straight to the lead, and Harriet Brown, her sparring partner from yesterday, is right alongside her. So what about this semi-final? 1 and 2 from yesterday, and 2 Olympians. The wild card, Ali Bull, she's won races before. Gemma Smith's won races before. Every single woman in this race knows what it takes to be the very best at what they do, and they're going to give it to each other for the next 8 minutes in semi-final number 1. It is on.
And just to make it more intense, we've swapped the order of the disciplines in these semi-finals.
That's exactly right. Board, ski, swim is our order. Board, ski, swim. They'll use the white cans on the board, the red cans in the swim. The skiers around the giant orange turning marker at the head of the field, and Harriet Brown has gone to the front, and Lana Rogers just settles in, and you can see the rating drops ever so slightly. So Brown goes to her stomach. Rogers puts the power down, and she'll squeeze her on the cans as well. Ali Bull in orange is in third, and Gemma Smith in fourth. They're the 2 ski paddlers. Very, very good ski paddlers, that is for sure. The 2 former Australian ski race champions as well. So in the last couple of years, Gemma Smith's just taken the focus away from that iron racing to focus on the kayaks, whereas Ali Bull's taken the focus away from the kayaks this year to come back to iron racing, and they're side by side at the moment, and they're chasing our 2 leaders. Brown looks over her shoulders on the left in the green. Look at Lana Rogers. She is as focused as anyone I've ever seen. Puts the power down now, starts to lift the rating in this opening board leg. Board, ski, swim. These 2 know they've got to get away. Rogers pushing, and just like Ali Day, did the same thing, got over the top, and they've broken away from the 2 girls behind, and they knew they had to. The ski power of Bull and Smith is just so much better than Harriet Brown and Lana Rogers, and I think if Lana Rogers thought she was going to have this series all her own way like she did last year, Harriet Brown is saying, oh no, she is in this one up to her eyeballs, and these 2 are going side by side, up and away, and you can see the determination on her face. She goes up and around through transition.
Candice Warner.
Yeah, Harriet and Lana is just, you know, they've got the water to themselves at the moment. I was sitting with Lana before the race, and she had her blinkers on. She was not getting distracted. She was not looking around. She would be very disappointed after yesterday's result. She did finish second, but we know that she went off course in that ski leg. She won't want to make that same mistake again, and she won't. My money's on her.
Well, for such an accomplished Olympic canoeist, Ali Bull did have a couple of problems negotiating the waves yesterday on the ski. I'm sure that will be something she'll be very determined to overcome, and she'll need to, because for her and Smith, it's massive catch-up here on what should be their favourite leg.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you can see Ali Bull on the orange there. High hand, strong technique. She's already starting to close that gap. And the surf was big yesterday, and Ali Bull ended up in a few sort of awkward situations, especially on the ski, which we wouldn't have expected from her because she's so good in the surf. And on a day like today, it's a little smaller, a little smoother, and a little cleaner. Expect her to ride these waves all the way to the beach. So our 2 leaders know they're being hunted at the moment by Ali Bull and Gemma Smith, and that gap's closing without a shadow of a doubt. Lana Rogers leads round. Harriet Brown in 2. Ali Bull has already closed the gap there into the turn, and Gemma Smith's alongside her as well. But it opens up again as Lana Rogers pushes right down on the right-hand side of your screen there, and she gets a little run that didn't turn into a wave for her. Ali Bull's got a runner as well. She's trying to turn that one into a wave, but I don't think it will. And will our leaders get another one? The noses of their skis dip, the speed starts to go up, and they push down this. So Rogers has got one. Harriet Brown's still got to work. She's still got to work, and she gets there, and oh, no, no, no. If you're Ali Bull and Gemma Smith, you know you're in trouble. Your big weapon has been used up by these 2 girls, and I don't know if they can catch them in the swim. From here on out, they're praying for waves. And Candice, you know this better than anyone. If you've got a weak leg and you know it's coming up, you just got that dreaded feeling in the bottom of your stomach.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. That's correct. But in conditions like this, if you can just get slightly near those front competitors, you could get a wave and go straight past them. I mean, we've got Alana and Harriet in front, so they're not going to let anyone get past them too easily. But in conditions like this, the race is not over until it's over.
Well, Rogers and Brown with the comfort of seeing their 2 nearest rivals. Don't forget the top 2 are through. So they see them still coming ashore as they are heading out on their final leg. But who knows? Now it comes down to conditions.
That's it, side by side, Rogers and Harriet Brown here. I think Rogers may just have the edge in terms of swimming over Harriet Brown, but she's no mug by any means at all. She will fly out as well. And Ali Bull there, plenty of work to do. Gemma Smith off in 4th place. And this is the first time today we've seen 2 girls break away with this bigger gap in the women's side of things. So they're sitting comfortable. They'll be very happy, and they know that there's plenty of work to do.
And Smith and Bull struggling to get out there. They had a couple of gnarly waves that they had to negotiate, while these 2 are very much in a rhythm. And really, for either of them, it doesn't matter too much. They just have to get through. It's not really a race at this stage. It's more about keeping that gap.
And survival is the name of the game. These girls, they'll give each other a little bit more space than usual because they know if they fight their way around the cans, that'll slow them down, potentially let the others back into it. You see Harriet Brown, she just ducked over the inside there. She'll get around, and Lana Rogers will be the first one in. The girl in yellow there, she makes that turn. She uses the one outside arm to get her around. A little bit of a breaststroke kick there. You don't normally see that. Normally they keep the freestyle kick going and they swim back past their rivals, and a little waves on offer as well. Brown's picked it up. Lana Rogers has picked it up. Thank you very much. And well, luck when you're lucky, isn't it? They out in front, 1 and 2 get waves on every leg there. They'll body serve it as far as they possibly can. Harriet Brown looks under her arm and says, where's Ali Bull? Where's Gemma Smith? And Lana Rogers rode that one just a little bit further, and that gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
With great respect to the others, they could backstroke to the beach now, and sure enough,
yeah, another waves here. Harriet Brown, she'll pick this one up. Body surfs, and have a look at the shots there from above, straight past Lana Rogers. She jumps on, body surfs it as well. You can see the bottom of the sand there. There's a little few lumps and bumps in. We saw it in the men's guys going over. So 1 and 2, it doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter if you're first or second. You have booked yourself a spot in the final. So the worst either of these girls can do is finish in 4th place. Lana Rogers wins semi-final number 1. Harriet Brown books herself a place through as well, and Ali Bull and Gemma Smith, they go home.
Well, Gemma and Ali literally didn't catch a break in that race, and that's exactly what they needed.
And that's Gemma Smith there making her way, and she knows her day's done. She'll finish with a 5th place, which for her she'll be very, very happy with after her result yesterday of a 16th. So not a bad result for Gemma there, and Ali Bull, a couple of 5th place finishes for them, and Candice is down on the beach.
I'm down here with the semi-final winner, Lana Rogers. Lana, how is it out there?
Yeah, it's fun. I like it a little bit challenging. It's a lot flatter today, which I really enjoy more. But taking one step at a time. I've never done this format before, so I'm through to the top 4. If I get 4th, I'm really happy with that. It's all about consistency in this series.
You finished 2nd yesterday, but the one thing that was most impressive was your grit and determination. Can you talk us through your race yesterday?
Oh yeah, it was a bit hit and miss. I did make a big mistake, but I had to fight my way back. Again, this Iron Series is all about consistency. And yeah, I just want to be a great IronWoman, so took the processes today. I'm into the final. I'm really, really happy.
You should be so proud of yourself. All the best best for the final.
Thank you. Hey, Dad.
Lana Rogers still in control here. Who knows what awaits us? We have another semi-final to come, and the rain is also coming here at North Bondi. We'll be back. It's the WaveCross format, and it has produced a variety of results, and we're now seeing a little glimpse into the future in this next women's semi-final.
Yeah, spot on there. A couple of young guns we've got on the edge there. Hannah Scully, third yesterday, number 17. Alongside her in 15, Britt Pearce, Danny McKenzie and Olivia Corrin in the orange there. So a couple of Kiwi girls in this one. And the Northcliffe training partners there. 3 from Northcliffe, Scully, McKenzie and Corrin, all from Northcliffe. Britt Pearce from Wanda. Board is the first leg. Board ski swim is the order, same as the last semi-final. Off and away, Hannah Scully flying. And it seems like both times in those semi-finals, that right-hand side has been the fastest off the beach. Lana Rogers got off like she was shot out of a gun, and Hannah Scully's already got a gap on Britt Pearce and Danielle McKenzie. Olivia Corrin's been left behind in the orange, and before you know it, Hannah Scully opens one up, and she's one of the best board paddlers in the world without a shadow of a doubt. She's won a bunch of local races in the lead up just on the board alone, so she'll be feeling good about her chances of setting up a nice lead there as they make their way out to sea. And looks like Britt Pearce has worked her way back up onto her tail, and Danielle McKenzie, she's on the pink board, green cap. Britt Pearce on the stomach there, the blue board, and Olivia Corrin right down on the tail. So it's been a tough couple of years for Hannah Scully on the front. She's had injury the last 2 seasons. She did her shoulder in 2019. She had a knee injury in 2020. She kind of worked her way back into the series last year and didn't exactly have the round she wanted. A couple of 11ths, a couple of 10ths, a 17th in there as well, but she's a former race winner. She knows what it takes to be at the very top, and she's in that super squad there at Northcliffe under the tutelage of Naomi Flood, alongside Danny McKenzie in second and Olivia Corrin in 4th place there. And Britt Pearce, she's the lone New South Welshman in this one from the Wanda Club just down the road in the Shire, and she'll have to wonder what she has to do to get through this one. But on her knees in front, it is still Hannah Scully. Danny McKenzie starting to work up alongside her. Olivia Corrin trying to hang on, and Britt Pearce hasn't gone up on the knees yet, just lays down, keeps the power going.
Not a lot of help from the waves. There's not much of a set coming through on this particular part of the leg, so it's all work.
Here we go. There's a little lift here. I don't know if Corrin will get down it. I don't think she will in orange. Hannah Scully will. Danny McKenzie will, and so will Britt Pearce. So just like that, Olivia Corrin's been left off, and I thought for all money Britt Pearce would have been the one to miss that one, but she has set herself up very, very well. Strong swimmer, very strong swimmer here, probably the best in the race, so expect her to go to work, and she's got to be happy with that, Candice.
Yep. Yep, look at how hard these girls are going. They're going to want to pick up their ski here, paddle, jump, and get straight onto it. Lift the rating up really high to get through the little shorey, and off they go.
Corrin did get a wave there, which enabled her to save a little bit of energy because she's going to need it on this next leg to catch up.
That's exactly right. She grabs her ski. She is onto the water, but have a look at Danny McKenzie flying off the beach, absolutely going for it there. Britt Pearce trying to hang on, and then Hannah Scully all of a sudden goes from 1st to 3rd. She's in the red zone, and she is, well, if you stop the race now, she goes out, the girl who finished 3rd yesterday in the enduro surf. So have a look at Danny McKenzie put the power down. She's, I'd have to say, the worst swimmer in the field, so expect her to try and create a lead here, hang on. And when I say she's a bad swimmer, she's world class, but compared to these girls, they're very, very good, and she knows she's going to have to open something up, and she is at the moment. Corrin can't take a trick, cops another one there, so it's the Kiwis in 1 and 4 and the Aussies in the middle there, and it's Danny McKenzie who hits those cans in the lead, and she's opened up a 2 ski length gap back to Britt Pearce, and then Hannah Scully is sitting on her tail at the moment, and it's becoming a race for 2nd place between those two, because have a look at Danny McKenzie. She swings that ski around so smoothly, and the rating starts to go up compared to what we've seen, especially from some of the boys who struggle to get their ski around the cans. Danny McKenzie turned that thing like a hot knife through butter, and she started to go for home, and she's gritted the teeth, put the power down. There's a little run for her there. You can see she's sitting on top of it, going to work. The rating drops because she knows she's down it, and a reward for effort for Danny McKenzie. Looks over over her shoulder and says, thank you, girls, I'm going to the beach. Out the back, there's one for Pearce and there's one for Scully. There's even one all the way out the back for Olivia Corrin there, depending on what happens. But Danielle McKenzie, she is flying, and Hannah Scully looks a little bit tired, to be completely honest. She did a lot of work on that board.
Candice, how are they shaping up as they approach the beach?
Yeah, well, Danielle McKenzie is just looking really controlled. She's just about to go around the turning marker, putting her goggles on, just looking to see how far the other competitors are. She won't want to put her foot off the gas too much, but she's in a very comfortable position.
This is where the race is now at the moment.
Hannah Scully already with the goggles on, prepared and ready to go. Britt Pearce gets moving as well. She's got to go up and around, not as quick across the sand as Hannah Scully is. She throws the goggles on as well, and up and away and into it. Olivia Corrin's closed that gap as well. So a couple of waves is all that it takes, and we know if you get a wave in the swim, that's where you can make up the most ground out of any leg, because on the board and ski, the others are definitely going to pick it up. In the swim, you can go shooting past everybody. If you get the right wave and they're in the wrong spot. So our leader in green is Danielle McKenzie, 4th overall last year, finished 6th yesterday in her 8th series ever, and she is looking to finish on the overall podium, and at the moment she's looking very, very comfortable, a long, long way out in front. And then the race for second place is on. Britt Pearce, Hannah Scully, so that's Scully on the left-hand side there, Pearce in the centre, and Olivia Corrin's not going away. She's fighting. The girl from New Zealand originally, now at the Northcliffe Club. She's another one of those girls from Midway, trained under Corey Hutchings for a long time. That was her hero growing up, and now she's making her own mark in the IronWoman Series over here. And have a look at Scully go to work there on the front. Britt Pearce dives underneath that one. They get down deep, they grab the sand at the bottom, they push off, get away from that white water, and maybe Olivia Corrin just popped up a little early there. That aerated water's tough to swim in. Danny McKenzie's done the hard work. It's now time for the fun stuff, the ride home if you can get one. So she's turned and ready to go, and she'll see her rivals on the way back. And have a look at that. It's maybe a 15-metre gap, I think, or something close to 10 metres at least to Hannah Scully, Britt Pearce and Olivia Corrin.
Corrin is doing really well here. Despite that little setback, she got under that wave early, as you say, maybe came up a little early, but she is right on their heels now.
She's gone to work, that is for sure, and she's close enough if a wave comes through. Here's something. The other girls won't get it, I don't think, but Danny McKenzie might. If this stands up just a little bit for her and starts to break, but I don't know. There might be a little bit of water underneath it. It fills up, so just like that, it can be so brutal. And out the back, there's a wave on, that's for sure. Corrin's going to try and get down, and she's off the back. Scully as well. So these waves are standing up on the back bank, and as they push through to that deeper water, they're just sort of disappearing on the girls as McKenzie tries to get one, trying to book her place in the final with Harriet Brown and Lana Rogers. McKenzie stands up, a couple of duck dives there, and it's very, very tough on these girls. She will pick one up, but the race for seconds on. All these girls might pick this wave up. Corrin swam herself back into it. Corrin's on the left in the orange. Britt Pearce in the centre, doesn't get it. Hannah Scully does. Hannah Scully gets it. She looks over her shoulder, rides that one all the way to the beach. I thought for a second Corrin was going to get back into it.
And even as she rode that wave, she was improving her angle for the run to the sand, so she's got less run, and she knows she's got it in the bag now.
Very, very good from the Northcliffe girls. Danny McKenzie in 1, Hannah Scully in 2. No dramas at all. They cross the line. McKenzie looks as comfortable as you will ever see. So 3 girls from Northcliffe in the final. Danny McKenzie, Hannah Scully, and then Harriet Brown. Here comes Olivia Corrin and Britt Pearce. They fought on valiantly, but just a little bit of luck for our leaders early on was enough. And what a performance. Candice Warner's in the thick of the action down at the finish line.
I'm down here with Hannah Scully, who just qualified through. I mean, that's as good as it gets when it comes to swim legs.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I sort of weighed a little bit of swimming, and then I wasn't sure. I knew they were right behind me, and those waves just keep picking up. But as I was coming down the wave, I sort of looked and saw that they just missed it, so I held my breath and got through it.
The one thing I need to ask you that is so impressive, how do you get those goggles on while you're still on the ski?
I've actually never done it before. I knew it was going to be tight. Britt's an awesome competitor coming down my wave, and it's one of those things, the small things, you can fiddle with your goggles. Sort of lined it up and sort of got there, chucked them on so I didn't have to worry about it and could just go, and I think that made the difference, to be honest.
Well, it worked a treat. All the best for the final. Good luck.
Thank you.
There you go. Scully and McKenzie are through against Brown and Rogers. It'll be a great race. That man, Matt Bevilacqua, gearing up for his contest as well. We'll be back after this with the men's semis. pretty good weather, it must be said, and very warm too for round 2, the WaveCross. And the semi-finals are over. 4 men and 4 women remain. Josh, let's go through these results.
Yeah, we take a look at the results from the women's. First up, Lana Rogers and Harriet Brown, first and second. Yesterday, they got themselves through while Gemma Smith and Ali Bull finished with a 5th place overall. Danny McKenzie and Hannah Scully, the Northcliffe girls, beat out their teammate there and Britt Pearce. So 3 from Northcliffe in the women's final. On the men's side of things, Corey Fletcher from Burleigh, the wildcard, and Matt Bevilacqua got the job done, and they will join Ali Day and Max Beattie, the men from Surfers Paradise there. So interesting to see a couple of teammates in Ali Day and Max Beattie. Corey Fletcher from the Burleigh club and Matt Bevilacqua from Northcliffe as well. But before we get to the boys, we've got the girls, and yeah, she looks very, very determined.
Candice Warner, how's it shaping up?
Yeah, the girls are looking a little bit nervous, actually. This means a hell of a lot to these competitors. Lana will want to go one better than yesterday. Harriet, she will want to win again. But they're all fantastic board paddlers. They're brilliant on the ski. I think it's going to come down to the skills, this race. I think it's going to be who can get in and out of the water the cleanest and the most efficient.
Danielle McKenzie has been really impressive though today, hasn't she? This could be a very even final.
Yeah, and you know what? She is one of the fastest ski paddlers in this final, so expect her to go out and really hard from the start and lead. But I mean, they're all phenomenal athletes. They're so fit and they're ready to go.
And Candice, do you have a tip? Is it going to be the same as yesterday, the same podium, or do you think there'll be an upset?
No, I think Lana's going to win today. She is, like I said earlier, she's got the blinkers on. She's determined. She's extremely tenacious, and I think she's got the skills and the speed to win.
And to win with something in reserve is what has been happening so far.
Yeah, most definitely. So they're just about to start. The one thing I do notice, Harriet Brown, she is smiling. She's in a really good spot. She's already got 1 win, so the pressure is off her.
You're spot on there, Candice. The girls look set and ready to go for this one. So ski, swim, board is the order, and 4 very determined girls. And as Candice said, Harriet Brown loving it at the moment. She is really enjoying being on the beach. Danny McKenzie and Hannah Scully, so the 3 training partners built side by side. And Lana Rogers from the Alexandra Headland Club all the way up on the Sunshine Coast. 4 girls, 1 spot on the top of the podium. And, well, I think the pressure will be off for these girls. They're looking for consistency. They continually talk about consistency. A top 4 result, it's a good one. It's consistency here. So it won't matter too much if you end up 4th or 1st, but winning a Nutri-Grain IronWoman Series race is so special. It's so tough to do. And for these girls, it is something that they've been chasing their entire careers. Only Danny McKenzie hasn't won one before. So she might be the underdog, and it might mean just that little bit more for her. Off and away. Ski, swim, board is the order. And Lana Rogers seems to have got the best of it onto the jump. She's in, throws the leg over into that one, and she goes like an absolute animal off the beach. Have a look at that. She's already got a ski length lead, and these aren't mugs. These are some of the best ski paddlers in the world, and Lana Rogers is making them look second rate at the moment, but there's plenty of race left to go. She just gets slowed down by one and another and another. This one's going to hit her right where it hurts, right on the chest, but the other girls copped it as well, and everybody's progression is slowed down ever so slightly, but they're out into the green water. They'll settle into their strokes there, and if it wasn't for those waves, Lana Rogers would have had a 5 ski length lead.
Well, it just goes to show what we were talking about earlier. One little incident, one little ounce of luck, quirk of fate, whatever you want to call it, she's back to the field.
That's exactly right. She's still sitting pretty on the front. Harriet Brown on the outside on the all-yellow ski. Danielle McKenzie on the inside there, and Scully in 4th. Here we go. She goes up over the first one, and this one hits her right on the chest as she comes through, and that's tough. That slows your speed down. That stops all your momentum, and Harriet Brown has put the afterburners on because she knows there's a wave on offer. This one's going to run. We've got one down, and we've we've got 2, we've got 3. Hannah Scully all on her own. She is not involved at the moment, and just like that, this race has turned into a race in 3 with 3 of the best ski paddlers in the world there. Brown, Rogers, Danny McKenzie on the blue, 1, 2 and 3 as they head back towards the beach. I'm not saying Hannah Scully's out of it, but she has a hell of a lot of work to do this early on in the race, and Danny McKenzie will be very happy with that, but Harriet Brown and Lana Rogers, Candice, are looking very, very comfortable early on in this one.
Yeah, that's right, Josh. Lana and Harriet are looking really good, but Danielle McKenzie is going to come out of that water first, get the goggles on, and just go for it. You watch these in this swim league; they won't be going easy. They'll have the 6-speed kick going the entire time. So, you know, this race is going to come down to the wire.
Lana made good use of that sprint up the sand. As Candice said, McKenzie had the lead. As she said that, Lana ducked under her on the turn and just gets that little edge in the swim.
That's exactly right. This is Lana Rogers' weapon. She's the best swimmer in this race. Harriet Brown, the board, and Danielle McKenzie, the board, are their weapons as well. So Rogers is going to try and break away now, and I guarantee Danny McKenzie is going to make a little bit of a turn right now and try and find the feet of Lana Rogers. That's her on the right-hand side. Watch her start to ease her way across and onto the feet there, and so is Harriet Brown. They want that free ride out to the first can and hopefully to get a wave back in. Hannah Scully, plenty of work to do. She can see how high the rating is for her all the way back in 4th place. There's a few waves on the horizon coming through, but at the moment it's Rogers starting to turn the screws on these 2 Northcliffe girls there in Harriet Brown and Danny McKenzie.
Well, as the tide drops off here, about another hour off low, the sets are still sparse, but there's some big waves coming through, bigger than we've seen earlier in this contest.
That's exactly right. They went down and underneath that one. They'll dive down to the bottom. You'll see it again. They just take a look all the way down. The feet pop up because they're going right to the bottom, and then they try and get past that white water. The key is to get into the green water. It's easier to get your catch. It's easier to sort of kick through that one. It's not so aerated, and if you're stuck in that whitewash, you're really doing it tough. So Rogers in the lead, Harriet Brown in second, Danny McKenzie. Oh, that rubber band's starting to break. It's stretching out, and Scully's working her way back in. There's a huge wave out the back. There's a huge wave out the back. Who'll get on it? Brown's around. She'll get it as well. So, oh, it's over the can. And they went over the top of Hannah Scully as well. Lana Rogers has still got it. Where's Harriet Brown? She's gone off the back. Lana Rogers, who led all the way out, is going to ride this one. And I think almost all the way to the beach. She pushed and pushed and pushed. And I thought Harriet Brown was there with her, but she just couldn't handle the size of that North Bondi swell.
Yeah, she's struggling a little bit at the moment, Lana, but she made the most of that wave before it hit the gutter and then just flattened out. But look at this.
Harriet Brown knew what was coming, and it just landed right on Harriet Brown's head. She went over the top of Hannah Scully, who had to get down deep, and neither of them popped out the front for a long, long time. And Lana Rogers, she is making every post a winner at the moment. Candice, this is her race to lose right now, isn't it?
It is, and I got goosebumps watching her body surf that wave then. She deserves this win. She was so disappointed with yesterday's race after going off course. She's a brilliant board paddler. I think she's just going to consolidate this lead, and we're going to see our race winner right there.
Yeah, she did put in that extra effort, because sometimes you get a wave, you feel comfortable on it, but then you start to lose it. That's when you need to judge. You've got to put the effort in, and now the chase is on. It's going to be a tough one.
Harriet Brown there up and around, you can see, taking in the big deep breaths. She's spot on about Rogers. She didn't take a breath when she was body surfing, kept her head down. That kept her hips up and her feet kicking along, trying to keep that momentum. If anyone can catch Lana Rogers, it's Harriet Brown, but it's a huge gap, and Scully is up into third. So what about that? A huge swim from Hannah Scully there to go from well out the back up and onto the podium. And now this is the battle for the podium spot here. Scully got one yesterday. Danielle McKenzie has had a bunch in her career. She's had 6 or 7 podiums in the IronWoman Series, and she's trying to get another one here today, but it's all this woman's to lose at the moment. Lana Rogers looking so strong from the Alexandra Headland Club, and have a look at that gap. That is the most strung out we've seen a race all day long.
It's crazy, isn't it? But it also shows too that you just don't know until you get to that final race in this kind of format how much energy's been spent just getting there, and also the intimidation factor from Lana Rogers. I think Candice has seen throughout the course of the day, she's been so composed and to an extent, to as much as you can, pacing yourself.
That's it. And she's the two-time defending champ. She's done it all before. I think the worst result she's had in the last 2 seasons might be a 4th place finish. She's always on the podium. She continues to work harder in training with her coach Charlene Kelly and her clubmates up there at Alexandra Headland and Jack Hansen as well. So she's done a fantastic job. She's pushing onto this one here. This could be the moment where she sits back, relax and rides it all the way to the beach. She dominated the ski,
she
got
knows
the
it.
swim and the board. She will not smile until she hits the sand because she knows she is going to be our round 2 WaveCross champion here in the IronWoman Series. And Lana Rogers back to her winning ways after a 2nd place. She pumps the fists there and she will be loving it as she heads up and around. And that is as easy a win as we've seen all day long. And she saved her best for last. That is amazing stuff from Lana Rogers. Claps all round from her handler, Charlene Kelly. High fives. She pumps the fist, goes up and around. 2nd was good, but 1st is way better. Lana Rogers is your round 2 champion, and she's got enough time to relax through that finishing arch.
And for the series points, as Lana crosses the finish line, where is Harriet Brown? This is crucial.
That's exactly right. We take a look back at the other girls. Oh, Brown's got one as well. So Brown will finish up in 2nd place. So they've got a win and a 2nd place each. And this battle is on, and it's a ding-dong battle as well. And Hannah Scully will finish on the podium. So the same podium as yesterday. Top step switched around as Harriet Brown crosses the line in 2nd place. She'll be happy with that. She lives to fight another day. So 1, 2 and 3, the same as yesterday. These girls are very, very happy and they're very, very tired. Danielle McKenzie will finish with a 4th. So it's Alexandra Headland from Northcliffe and Hannah Scully is having the summer of her life. High fives all around and she looks like she's enjoying it. Candice is down on the beach with our winner, Lana Rogers.
I'm down here with Lana Rogers, the round 2 winner. Lana, you just won that in emphatic style.
Thank you. I was a bit nervous about that entire format. Didn't know how it was going to roll. I'm not the greatest sprinter in the world, so it actually turned out to be a bit of a more endurance race. So yeah, I like the format. I hope we get to do it next year.
You say you're not the best sprinter in the world, but in everyone's eyes, you're the best Iron Woman in the world at the moment. How do you do it?
Yeah, pretty cool. It is. I'm living out a dream and I love it, and I've got to keep working at it. I wanted to do this series to find out more about myself and what I'm capable of, and yeah, the Cooling Out of Gold didn't go my way, but that's okay, and I wanted to work on those 1%ers heading into this series, so yeah, I can't believe that. It was cool.
Yeah, and the one thing we do know about you, you know how to win. Congratulations and all the best for tomorrow.
Thank you. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad again, and what a proud dad he would be too. Lana Rogers has done it, and as you said, Josh, 1-2 for Lana, 2-1 for Harriet, looking back on the 1st round, so it's on big time in the Nutri-Grain IronWoman Series. We'll have the men's final after this.